for jumping on today. It is the 19th of July. Next week, Mike will be joining us, so make sure that you are logged in next week to get an update from Mike on the state of the company and some updates that he'll have as far as the recovery. All is going very well for Andavo. As we have been hearing, the leisure side is returning much quicker than other segments, and we are certainly seeing that and feeling it. Many of you are getting back to where you feel like you are exactly where you were in 2019. A lot of requests, so it's great to see. I do see a question in here, like IHG Impresario Trump preferred rates are not loaded in GDS. David, they should be loaded on WorldSpan, but we can, because your book in 01A in WorldSpan, so that's our standard. Though I know we did just have an issue with Four Seasons and they reloaded it, so Four Seasons is there. So I will take that and look to make sure that we didn't have that same bug with the other hotel codes in 01A. So I will follow up and take a look at that. Hang on. And Virtuoso Travel Week is coming up, both in person and virtual. We've got quite a good representation by Andavo, so I'm thrilled to see those of you that will be there in person. We are going to have our Andavo cocktail reception on Monday from 5 to 7. It will be a very similar to how we've done lunch in the past, kind of an open house. And it is not a plated seated dinner. So based on what your schedule is for different invites that evening, come and go as you please. We will have drinks and food there. So we would love to see you all. And then throughout the week, there'll be different places that we may run into each other. We also have a table on Thursday at the gala. So for those of you that I've been kind of talking with, some of you that I do not see registered, you're going to the event but not registered for the gala. So if you did register to attend Virtuoso in person when you were going through the registration, the gala dinner showed waitlisted. You still need to select that in order to be added to the wait list to be cleared. They're waitlisting everybody and then getting a count for how many people so they know how many tables to open up. So if you are planning to attend the gala, make sure you have that on your agenda. And then once I see that, I can open up and give you an invitation. You are not required to sit at our table. We would love to have you sit at our table though, but feel free to accept an invite from a supplier that's hosting a table as well. We are, for the month of July, just about 50% of where we were July in 2019. June, we ended up just about 16% below. So July is coming along pretty well, and I will keep you guys posted as we progress through the month and give you those updates. But I am comparing our 2020 numbers, or I'm sorry, our 2021 numbers to 2019. I'm skipping 2020 when I look at any comparisons. So business is definitely coming back. We're about the 2.5 million mark, and we plan to be around 5 million at the end of the month. That'll put us down a little bit from 2019, but we're making huge recoveries. So really want to thank you all for hanging in there as we were getting through this and getting recovered. As far as our fees, as we move through the recovery, I want to clarify how the fee structure works, because I've had some of you that have questioned some of the things on that fee spreadsheet. The main things that you will, our standard advisors are going to be charged for will be the ARC transaction fees, whether you're booking directly through the GDS or booking through RevelX. There is transactional fees, $5 for Delta. American and United are $7, and then any other carrier is $9. If you are booking through David for your international air, that's $25 per ticket. If you are needing the assistance of agent support, whether that be Kelly on Apollo or our agent support team for Sabre or WorldSpan, any assistance in getting things ticketed or exchanged will have a support fee of $35. And so that will also have some more trainings coming down the line to get you guys comfortable, or at least have some job aids to fall back on for pricing for exchanges, for any of those processes that you may not feel real comfortable about. It's not our intention to nickel and dime you with fees. We just need to cover our staffing. So we do have those fees that are being implemented this month. The other fee for the majority of you that use client base, it's $25 per month for a client base license. Other fees are really going to be based on usage, and if you have made the request to have additional fees or additional services. You do not need to worry about a dedicated pseudocity or dedicated ARC. You would know if you have a dedicated pseudocity or a dedicated ARC. There are only a few of you that do, but that is included in our pricing just so that you have that should the question arise. Virtuoso marketing, there was one change really with Virtuoso's marketing, and that has to do with the cost of Virtuoso Life. Virtuoso Life is at $4 per issue. Used to be $2, so it's just doubled in cost. Now that is a cost that you control. So for you, that is where you're putting the codings in client base for your clients to receive Virtuoso Life. It is 6 issues per year, and so now it will be $6, or I'm sorry, 6 issues at $4 per issue. If the Traveler gets reinstated, I don't know what that cost will be. It was at $1.33, but that is to be determined. And as well, best of the best at the end of the year, we usually have a certain amount that we're allotted, and so we will give you an update as to how many versions we are able to, or how many publications we're able to give to everybody at the end of the year. Colette, you just asked a question about the Microsoft package. And so if you are subscribed to our Microsoft Office licensing, you're paying for that. And within that, we do bundle client base to be a part of it. So you're paying one Office fee for Outlook, for Excel, Teams, and client base all lumped in together. So that is for that small group that has subscribed to use our Microsoft services. If there are any other questions on the fees, let me know. Several of you have emailed me directly or contacted Meredith directly. I want to make sure that you guys are all comfortable with what the fees are. This is probably the first time you've seen it where it's been outlined. Our fees are really no different than what they were before. You were paying a per transaction fee, you were paying for client base, and many of you were already paying for an office desk or a desk fee. David is asking a question about exchanges. The exchanges, if you're a self-ticketing agent and you're doing a ticket or you're doing an exchange, self-ticketing is the same 5, 7, or 9. The only time it goes to the higher fee is when you are requesting our support team issue the ticket or process the exchange for you. There is no charge to be contacting support and asking them a question on a format, or asking them a question on an exchange calculation, or asking them a question on a commission contract. Those things are why they're there. The additional service is for them to actually perform the duty of issuing the ticket. The after hours number, I was looking for that earlier today, and I will get that out to everyone. We do use CCRA as our after hours service. It is a third-party service. It's not in-house. So there are additional fees that go along with that. The fee schedule is based on the services provided, and this really is meant to be after hours emergency support. So it's generally $25 for the phone call. And then in addition to that is the plus of whatever the service is that's provided. So if it is a new ticket, there is one cost. If it's an exchange, it's another cost. If it is an international exchange, it's an even higher cost. It can add up to $100 pretty quickly. So you really want to only give that out to your clients and express to them that that would be emergency after hours support only. It is not a number you want them to call to find out what their seat assignment is, or is their flight on time. There's other resources for that. So I will get the information on the after hours phone number and the instructions to give based on what GDS you're on and what pseudo city you're in. That information then you can all use in order to share with your clients. Many of our advisors will give the information out on an as needed basis with their clients. Others do not give the number out at all. And if a client contacts them for emergency, then it's the advisor calling CCRA to perform the changes on behalf of their client. Just so that that number does not get out to your clients, and then you run the risk of them just calling and you get the charge. Now, the accounting side of CCRA gets complicated. We get a monthly bill from CCRA after the fact, and then Tanya goes through that bill and bills back all of the charges to our independent contractors. You then will want to collect that fee from your client. So it's always an in arrears kind of billing. So Tanya would include it with your statement information, and then you would be able to get the backup of who it is that called. And then you would want to charge a fee to your client to collect that amount back from them for contacting the after hours. So let me know if there's any additional questions on after hours. I'm happy to go through that more individually if you've got specific questions about using it. But I will get the number for everyone as well as the pricing so we can get that out to you, and you can start using that should you choose to as travel starts to build back up. Hannah, I see you've got a question on, can we opt out of Booking Builder? You can opt out of Booking Builder. The only thing we're using Booking Builder for right now is our unused ticket notifications. So you shouldn't see anything from Booking Builder other than the pop-up to let you know that a client has an unused ticket on file. It really is meant to help you in managing those tickets. So we can discuss that a little bit more to look, and you're saying that it's not accurate. So we can look at that and run an audit on your unused tickets and see what it is that you're looking, because that should be the unused tickets that are listed in Magnatech, the new unused tickets software. So we'll take that offline, Hannah, and look at that and make sure that we've got the information updated. There is no fee for Booking Builder and the basic unused ticket prompts. If you have the need for, like we have several of you that have corporate accounts, you could have a subscription to Booking Builder and build in routines that would pop up for you to remind you that a client has booked United and this client has a Perks Plus account. and to remember to put the Perks Plus number in. So if you had the need for that type of prompting as you're doing bookings for corporate clients, we can get into the subscription-based booking builder, and there is a fee for that. Just using Booking Builder for the unused ticket prompt is no cost. There's no fee for that. Looking to see if I missed any other questions. It doesn't look like that. It's like I have. Do we have a discount to sign up with Access? We do not have an Andavo discount, but there is a Virtuoso discount. And so you can contact Access directly and sign up with them. And they will apply, let them know that you're with Andavo, a Virtuoso host. They know who Andavo is, and they can get you subscribed and let you know what that cost is. But again, it's not an Andavo, so you don't come through Andavo to get your login. You go through Access directly, and they will apply the Virtuoso discount. And then the billing is between the two of you. Andavo is not included in that at all. I did check into Travel 42. For those of you that have had Travel 42 in the past, their pricing is kind of outrageous right now. Our discounted price would be about $30 per user per month. So I have not taken any steps to reinstate that. If you are interested, and I'll be sending out an email or a request to see if anybody is wanting a login. They did say that they have some bundled pricing, but it starts at 20. So we would need more than 20 people to have any kind of a small discount. We at this point have not rolled back into Travel 42, but I'll send an email out to get requests from anybody that may be interested. But again, that's going to be about $30 per month per user. Keep adding in your questions there. Meredith, did you have any updates on upcoming webinars or trainings that we've got?
We do. We have a webinar tomorrow, which is from the TL portfolio, and it's for nomadic adventures, and they're focusing on Mongolia. So I resent that, I think, this morning to everybody. So hope you can join in that one. And then we'll have one with Regent on August the 3rd at 1 p.m. Central. So that would be noon Mountain and 10 Pacific and 2, obviously, Eastern.
And Regent is our supplier of the month for the month of August. So look for some other incentives or details coming from Regent as well.
Right. So we have those upcoming. As I said, the one from Nomadic Adventures tomorrow, I think, I don't know if I said the time, it's at noon Central Time. So hopefully everybody can join on that. We're doing some training. I did send out to WorldSpan users this morning that we're still waiting on our Chelsea, our trainer, to get back with us. She is not able to do anything until after the first week in August, which I said in my email. So it's probably going to be the week of the 16th. And it's going to be a 3-hour training. So, but it's very important to kind of block some time out to do this. I don't think she will offer it more than at one time just because her schedule doesn't permit it, but we will record it. But obviously you'll get more out of it, I think, if you join live, because if you have questions or whatever. I also sent out some info, some job aids on exchanges. So please look those over. These are for WorldSpan users.
Great. Thank you, Meredith. Allie, did you have any updates?
I would like to add an update regarding Virtuoso member logo. As you are all probably aware, they updated it. So we are working on a couple of things. Just look for communication coming forward. We're going to be updating our email signature template for those of you that are using it. You don't have to use it. So if you have your own, you can continue to keep using your own. But if you do want to use it, I will be sending a template out with some instructions for you to implement if you do want to use our branding. Also, they are looking for you to update that logo if you're using it in any of your social media or any kind of print or any other digital material. If you would like me to send the attachment to you for the various logos, I'd be happy to do so, but it also is available in the My Marketing tool. They have several variations and different color versions and everything. So reach out to me if you need help with that. Also, if you have it printed on your business cards for Virtuoso Travel Week, I have gotten clarification from Virtuoso. They're fine with you continuing to use the old version. Obviously, they're not expecting you to print new business cards for that purpose. So just be aware of that. Don't worry about it. But going forward, they would like you to make that switch to the new version. Just let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Yes, so that will, it's not a huge change with Virtuoso, but it's enough of a change that they want their branding correct. So anywhere we're using that Virtuoso logo, we want to make sure that we do have the updated information. Josiane, you told me that you just got back from Cancun Club Med. Do you want to give us an update? I haven't heard anything on Club Med in years, so it'd be great to get a little update on how your travels went. Just put you on the spot. I don't know that you're even ready to speak. Has
Sorry,
anybody
okay.
else?
I
Oh,
just
now I can hear you.
unmuted myself. Sorry, it took
Okay.
me a while. Oh, no, so I came back late Saturday night, Cancun Club Med. I just wanted to mention that it was absolutely excellent. I've been to many, many Club Meds, and with COVID, I was a little concerned. They don't require you to wear a mask outside, of course, thank God, because it's 90 degrees. But inside, when you're in the dining room to get your food, you must wear a mask, and they're very strict about that. They take your temperature when you go into the dining room, whether it's the inside dining room with air conditioning or the one that has open air. They take your temperature. They give you sanitation for your hands. Even for the kids, I was there with my 3 grandchildren, and it's just really an easy, hassle-free vacation. I met lots of people. One of the reasons I really liked it this time was because I met people from France, from Israel, from Italy, from Mexico, US. There were lots of families with little kids and lots of families with big kids, grown adults. So it was really nice. It was a mixture of people. My grandkids, of course, loved it. And it was just really, I mean, a great, great beach vacation. Yeah, it was great.
And how was the property itself? Has it been updated?
So the the rooms that are updated are the new Agua Marina, which is where we were. One building is older than the other. One, I think, was built 4 years after the other. I think the second one was built just a few years ago, maybe 3, 4 years ago. And that's really nice. But the property, excuse me, the property is really big. So to get from the new Agua Marina to the center of the resort is a long walk. It's probably a 20-minute walk, or
Wow.
they have electric carts.
nonstop all the time. Electric carts carry about 9 people, and you have to wear a mask on the buggy. And other than that, that's the only thing that I did not like, is that the distances. It's a big club, and even though they were only at 60%, um, there were a lot of people there because it's such a big place. But everything else is great. They gave us a COVID PCR test before we left. Very well organized. Just really easy. Everything easy. Food
Good.
is still good. It's exactly the same as it was before, but instead of you making your own salad, it's made for you. That's really the only difference. And yeah, it's a great vacation for all inclusive for kids, families. Yeah. So
Great. Thank you,
yeah.
Josie-Ann.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, I have been starting to see in some different trade publications that a lot of the all-inclusives in Mexico that had been covering the cost of the COVID are going to start charging for that, or with different room categories that may be included and other categories not included.
We are, hey Kirsten, it's Dave.
Yeah.
We are going on Crystal next week, and my fiance, or this weekend on Sunday out of Bimini, taking the seaplane. So it'll be very interesting to see how they are doing with COVID.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to hear. And David, when are you're told me you're going on a Crystal cruise coming up soon?
Yeah, it's Sunday we're leaving.
Okay, you're leaving on the Crystal on Sunday. Okay, your sound was a little muffled there to begin with.
Out of Bimini, and then we take the seaplane right here from Fort Lauderdale across. That was about $1,200 for two, and then they have some pretty good rates. I didn't do a travel advisor rate. I'm actually on a casino rate, and then paid I think $1,600 to upgrade to not the Crystal Penthouse, but the Penthouse Suite right below it.
Very good. Well, we'll be looking forward to hearing your update as you get back from Crystal, how that all goes.
Yep, let's see.
I think you're the first of us to be back on a cruise ship, so it'll be interesting. It'll be good to hear the protocols.
The funny thing is, I hate cruises, but I've gone on Crystal once and liked Crystal, and that was it. And then they're like, I saw this deal for free because of the casino. I was like, meh, might as well. And then Crystal rep's actually very nice. She's very fair and aggressive, and she's given us some extra discounts if I want to book anyone else. So
great.
Be interesting.
Yeah, very good. Has anybody else had any travels recently? Feel free to jump on in. Linda, I see your hand is up. Is that on purpose or was that by mistake? And Colette says she went to Salt Lake. Okay, thanks, Linda. Colette, did you go to Salt Lake on vacation or were you back in Salt Lake for?
I went to Salt Lake to see people and friends, family and friends that I haven't seen for 18 months. So it was a reunion.
So I have a question for you as we all get ready to come to Salt Lake in a few months for Andavo Connections. Yeah. How is the TSA? Where's the construction on the new airport? Still?
Yeah, I drove. We drove.
Oh, you drove. Okay.
Yeah,
you didn't
we drove because we were taking golf clubs and everything. So there was, I wasn't going to go through. Yeah, the airport, the new airport out there, there are long distances between. They're still working on it. They say that in a few years they'll have a tunnel that's going to connect some of them. But I think anybody that comes in maybe on a smaller plane, you're going to be out in BFE. Some of the larger planes are going to be kind of the normal in the bigger terminals. But yeah, if you come in on one of those CRJs or something, because it was always bad anyway with the CRJs, and and Southwest was always way out to the wind end. But yeah, that's the biggest complaint they're getting right now, is that it's just massive distances between some of the terminals and stuff. So be
Okay.
prepared.
Okay. Well, we'll get some more information on the Salt Lake Airport before we get registration open, so everybody knows with flight times. We're planning that. Donna has gone to Tanzania, and we'll have an Alaska cruise on Celebrity at the end of the month. Donna, do you want to unmute and talk to us about Tanzania? I know you said you would need like an hour to talk about the trip.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Tanzania was incredible. The migration was going on, which was great. Like I said to you, I could go on forever about it. It was absolutely fabulous. I'm actually taking a group next May. That's how amazing it was. I've never done a group like this before, so it'll be a challenge for me. But the camps, the lodges, everything was fabulous. Everything was fabulous. The food, the hospitality, everything. Unfortunately, travel there is way down for them. The Serengeti camp where we stayed was fairly full, but everywhere else was fairly empty. So it's a good time to go if you don't want to be with the crowds, but the wildlife was awesome. It's fabulous. Africa's amazing. I love it. Back to mute.
And the wildlife doesn't know that we just had a pandemic going on, so they continue to do their thing. So yeah, if you've got any clients that are looking at Africa on their horizon, now would be the best time to be getting them there. There'll be less crowds now than probably in the future. So
I will also add that I actually did a fam trip with African Travel, and they did an amazing job of putting things together, if anybody is interested.
Oh, great. Yeah, African Travel is a great partner of ours, so that's great. Thanks, Donna. And for those of you in the Salt Lake, or Colette, who used to be in Salt Lake, Hannah's asking if anyone would be able to work with her on where to stay in Zion if she extended her price, if she was to extend her stay when she comes out. And I see Colette just put in a comment for you, Hannah. So I do not have any other updates. Is there anything that anybody else wanted to discuss or talk about? You can either type it in the chat or feel free to unmute and jump on. We are still working on finalizing the AndavoConnections registration site. We are planning on having that launched about mid-August. So watch for more information there. We are the Monday, the 27th of September through Wednesday, the 29th of September. On Monday, we'll be starting about 5 p.m. with opening session, and we will then have a dinner there at the hotel. Tuesday will be our vendor networking day. It will be a little bit different. We're still working on the layout of that. It will be modified speed dating. It'll be slowed down speed dating. We'll have 10-minute sessions instead of 6-minute sessions. And then there'll be some kind of flow through the room for all of the vendors that are participating. It is a smaller group this year. We are condensed the size mainly to give more time with those partners, but also for spacing constraints. And then on Wednesday morning, we'll do more of our advisor networking, the roundtables, and then professional development sessions. And so we will be covering the air for those qualifying advisors, and that will come through registration. To qualify in 2019, you would have need to had at least 20,000 in commissions that was paid out to you. And if you came in below that, then we'll look at that and see where you're at. And I know there'll be several that'll be kind of special cases. Also, we'll look at those people that have joined us since 2019, since you wouldn't have had any production then for us to gauge it on. So more information coming there. we're really looking forward to seeing everybody that is going to be live in Vegas, and for looking forward to those that are going to be able to join us in September in Salt Lake. So thanks everybody for joining today. And oh, sorry, can we depart at 3 p.m. on Wednesday? Wednesday, we'll end with a lunch that should wrap up at 1 o'clock. So 3 p.m. departure on Wednesday should work just fine to get those of you back home. If you're able to, we'd be probably looking at a 3 p.m. departure or later on Wednesdays. So thank you all for joining, and I will follow up with information on the hotel rate codes, as well as I'll send out an email to everybody about interest for Travel 42, and Hannah, I'll follow up with you about the unused ticket audit. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you again next week where we will have Mike on to give us an update. Thanks, everybody.